Hello guys, welcome to another POV review by Autotop.nl. My name is Max and this is the incredible Porsche 991 911 GT3. It's already a pretty legendary car, I think. It has been quite controversial when it came out in 2013, and I will be telling you some stuff about this car, taking you for a drive and just, you know, letting you experience the magic of this insane car. We have it in black, on black, which looks menacing. I mean, this looks like a race car from hell. We also have these clear lens rear lights, which I think look really cool on this black car. We borrowed it from Holland Car Company, HCC in Moordrecht in Holland. So big thanks to them for giving us this car for the day. And well, just when you're walking around, there are all these cool angles, and the spoiler is immense with that 3.8 written on it. Really cool with this ram air intake. 20-inch with carbon ceramic brakes, center lock wheels, which are beautifully dished in the rear. As you can see, they are shaped so nicely. And when we come to the front, this just looks, man, it just looks so mean and ready to pounce. It really looks like a race car, just with some number plates on it. Well, not everywhere, because we don't have a number plate on the front, which I think looks really good. I know in some states in the US you can drive without a front number plate, so lucky guys over there, because this looks really cool. Big splitter, air ducts, another air duct right here. We have the frunk under there, which is surprisingly big. And just, you know, all those details make this such a cool car. One of the coolest cars we've ever filmed, I think. So let's take a look inside. And we have these gorgeous carbon fiber race buckets, which are those from the 918 with red seat belts. And also, maybe you can see behind there are 6-point harnesses and a bolt-on roll cage, because this car has the Club Sport package, which also means that there's a fire extinguisher right there. And these seats are quite hard and uncomfortable. Well, not really uncomfortable, but they take some getting used to. But when you sit in it and you get the settings right, because you can adjust them front to back and the height a bit, the seating position is insanely good. You wouldn't set your seats like this yourself, because you would always go for some comfort as well. But you're quite upright with the steering wheel quite far towards you. Yeah, this is one special machine. So let's take it for a drive, and we'll start it up. So this is stationary, and it's so irregular, or it just shakes a bit, and it feels like a race car immediately. So this is the button for the exhaust valves. Let's open those. Okay, so let's take off. We are in drive right now, so just automatic, which is one of the most controversial parts about this car. You've probably heard when this car came out, a lot of people said, well, is this still a real GT3? You can't get it with a manual anymore. And as you might know, the Porsche purists are one of the most fierce in the world. And the 997 GT3 had a manual, but it was just, that was a dog. It was really hard to drive that car when it was warming up. So when the transmission oil was cold, it was really hard to shift. And this is much more effective and efficient. You can drive this car as fast with a manual. So I think the end justifies the means. Another controversial part was the fact that it has four-wheel steering. So at lower speeds, up until 50 miles an hour, the rear wheels will steer against the front wheels, and above that they will steer with the front wheels, which means you get some more agility in slower corners and more tight corners, and at high speed corners you will gain stability, because this car has grown in length compared to the 997, so they wanted to keep that agility. And immediately you feel that when you're driving this car too slowly, it can do it, and the gearbox is fantastic, the suspension is incredible, but you get some knocking sounds, and yeah, you just feel like this isn't supposed to go this slow. And it starts changing when you start giving it some throttle. It becomes smoother and happier. And that of course is a characteristic from a race car. So I don't want to punish this car any longer. I know it's happy when I give it some beans, start punishing it a little bit. Man, that PDK is so freaking quick. It's really incredible. It was derived from a sequential manual gearbox from a race car. The name GT3 is also from a race car, just from the FIA group GT3 class. So they were mucking about when they wanted to name this car. So let's give it some. Man, it has such a distinguished sound. It's a beautiful sound. It sounds like a race car, but it's not really. It's very smooth when you're driving like this, I mean, of course. So you can hear the sound changing when you're, depending on your throttle input, and it does so a couple of times. So first you get from down here, and the sound gets higher and higher, and it starts to scream a little bit. Oh man, this is incredible, guys. I have never experienced a car like this. Changes around you. It feels like it's teaching you how to drive. Man, can't see anything. In a lot of cars you have all these settings, and you can change those settings on a car, and you can feel that the car is firming up and getting ready for you to drive hard and fast. But in this car, it's much more like it changes with your mood, and depending on your input, it can be very subtle and soft and smooth. But if you start attacking corners, it firms up, and even though I have the suspension in most comfortable mode, it still feels like it's changing. controversial part about this car is the engine. It has a 3.8 liter flat 6, naturally aspirated of course, and this replaces the old Metzger engine, which was, you know, a big deal to a lot of Porsche fans and Porsche drivers. So that had to go, and it got replaced by this one. It delivers 475 horsepower, 440 Newton meters. It will do 0 to 60 in just over 60 miles an hour in just over 3 seconds. And top speed is 314 kilometers an hour. So we have a little straight here, probably the only place where I can really pull it all the way through. Oh my god! Okay, this is insane. This is unlike any car I have ever experienced. We drove the Lamborghini Huracan, and you know, that sound is insane as well, but this truly feels like a race car, and it's an incredible feeling, and it's just shouting and shouting, and it gets louder and louder, and it delivers its maximum power at 8,250 RPM. So after that, it's not, you know, it's not its most powerful area, but man, you just want to keep going to that rev limiter. So competitors to this car, well, you have of course the Lamborghini Huracan, you have the Ferrari 488 GTB. Within Porsche there are the 911 Turbo S or Turbo, and of course the GT3 RS. Well, to start with the GT3 RS, I think this is more exciting. The GT3 RS would be better on track, but this with that sound, the RS only goes to 8,500 RPM I think, and that last 500 RPM is where this car truly makes a difference. We have electronic power steering, so no hydraulic anymore, but it's incredible. The weight is phenomenal. The feedback you get is incredible. The feel is great, and it gives a lot of confidence to just go a little bit harder. Okay, so I hope there's no one in front of me and I can get into this rhythm I love about this car. It just morphs around you, and you feel like you're part of the car, which I know is a cliche, but if you get that feeling, you know what I'm talking about. It's incredible. So the brakes are fantastic as well. Carbon ceramics with great weight to them. You have to get on them pretty hard, but it's very rewarding. These direction changes are insane. Better than this car? I don't think so. I think this is in a league of its own. We drove the Lamborghini, we drove the Ferrari, and they don't compare. The Turbo S is really boring, and it's incredibly fast. So it's kind of two same ways to look at a fast car. You have the Turbo S, which is just for every day and going fast anywhere in any conditions, and this is going fast and giving you all the information you need to go even faster. I would absolutely love to drive this on track. I mean, this is a lovely road, but you can't really use it. God, oh my lord, this is I'm a bit lost for words, let me tell you. I have rarely experienced a car which adapts to you in this way. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this GT3 as much as I did. This is probably the best driving car we've ever had, and that's a great feeling to experience. So thanks for watching, and we hope to see you at the next one. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Just search for @autotopnl and you will find us. Thanks guys, bye.